Hello, welcome to a surprise live stream. I decided, hey, you know what? I just need to go live. I haven't done it in a while. Been at the planning the ORG conference, which was last weekend. In fact, this time last week, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and going from class to class and doing recordings. So I do have recordings of that. If you're interested, check out in a couple weeks. Check out orthodontic resource group.com and you can check that out. But today we're going to be bending these. So one of the doctors called, and of course it's bad timing because of the conference and stuff, but they wanted it Monday instead of Tuesday. So I got a bunch to bend. So while I was at the conference, my son printed all the models and then submitted the wires to the CDC, which is the Cloud Design Center of the DenckOrtho. So they will design your wires for you, get rid of all collisions and stuff like that, so you don't have to deal with it. So it should take less time to get your wires ready for bending. So we're gonna wire bend with the wire bender. Do I have a? No, I don't. Let's try this again. All right. So right here, I have a camera on the wire bender right there. Hopefully it works out. I'm trying for different things. If you hear an echo, let me know. I'm trying to listen in on this thing, and I hear a slight echo, but I'm not sure because I'm having to use this camera, and it might be picking up my voice. So hopefully it is not live stream. Let me get rid of this right here. Okay, so let's maximize. Actually, let's just do this. So this is my DenckOrtho software. It comes with the machine. I think it's $150 a month. Right now I'm helping test it so I don't have to pay for it. But we don't use patient names, but we use the PAN number and the patient initials. That way I can live stream and show all y'all without revealing the patient names. So let's just get started. The first one is 503. Again, these were done by my son, so we're going to really test to see how well he did submitting these, and if it was designed right. So let's see, design wire. Yeah, I'm just going to double click this. That little green button I clicked on before just takes me straight to this page. So it is downloading. This is just a lower. So let me full screen this so y'all can see. I didn't get my, right here. Hawley retainer wire bending. Let's see. So there is the first pre-designed wire. It looks pretty good. To check them on, I'm going to click this Bluetooth. There's that. So we are good there. And this camera fell asleep. Reload. Actually, this looks pretty good. Now, if I want to make any changes, I'll double click it. 530. Okay, so I do a little bit lower of a. I'm going to press P on the keyboard, and that's going to give me my bend points. Something I found out this weekend, if I do Control A, it shows every angle, every point, the angle. That's 5-degree bend. This is a 9-degree bend. This is a 1-degree bend. And it shows all these 16, 16. And, this was a 91. So that's useful. This actually looks pretty good. So this is 5.3. Let's edit this. And it's going to tell me I'm using a different wire set. So they have a different wire set that they design on. So it's going to switch over. Oh, okay. Oh, I have the wrong wires. I was testing out 028. So let me see if I can get my camera in here without affecting things. Enter studio. My camera went to sleep. Let me mute myself. Okay. All right, so let's add this. Oh, let's turn the volume down. We may not be able to do this. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to change out the wires to 030. Let me show you this. See, I did this spur of the moment. So 350 is the length of the wire, 350 millimeters. I need to get a different camera in here. I wish, I don't know if y'all have ever noticed, you can't turn the volume down. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to grab an 030. So I'm going to bend all this in 030. I was testing to see how easy it was to switch back down to 028 to Ben Adams class. And I need to do a little bit of calibration on those. So I'm going to tell the software the wire is in there. So it's going to, okay, I'm hearing myself. I'm not liking that. Let me put my headphones on. Okay. Okay. There we go. So it cut off a little bit of it. If I go full screen here. And we'll do edit again. Oh, okay, I still have it. So what you have to do is when you want to switch out the wire, you just go here and click the wire you want. So this is JVC 0.8. And so I need to change it here, JVC 0.8. You saw the wire get just a little bit bigger when I did that. So we're going to edit that. Okay. Now it's telling me it's going to change it to my wire parameters. Okay, so let's bend it. And start bending. Let me lift this, maybe you can see it better. It's having a hard time focusing. Boy, why is that having a hard time focusing? This isn't the best. Yeah, I don't think we can use this camera. Yeah, that is. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. I think it's causing problems anyway. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, so I can move this camera though. No, still can't see it. And that's too bad, that's the cool. My cameras do not like this blue light. It does not like the blue light. So I have the wire here, and it's hard to get all these camera shots. I'm trying to show everybody. So there's the wire. It's almost a perfect fit this time. Put my hand behind it like the influencers do. So let's bend the lower part of that. See how that comes out. Two mice here I gotta do. Okay, so Bending is complete, yes. So let's go to this. Press P on the keyboard to see all the bend points. I think everything's good. I could tuck that down a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about it. That one's tucked down. Let's edit it. Edit it. Yes. Yes. So it's detecting the changes in the parameters of the wire, because this is designing on a different machine. Oh, see, there's no issues with that. So start bending. I need to see this in real time. It's got too much blue light. Yeah, y'all can't see it. Sorry, guys. I'll show you all the end result. It's kind of it's hard to get a camera on there. That blue light just absolutely decimates the white balance and stuff. Kind of wish I could turn that part off, but I haven't seen a switch for that yet. So we're going to let this bend, and then I'm going to put it on this model. We're going to see exactly how well it puts on here. So this is just a labial bow 3-3 with a lingual rest, as you can see here. And you can also work, and we'll do this while it's bending. It should work. There you go. So we'll work on this while I'm bending. So my actual machine went to the conference. Okay, so can we see this? Oh. Kind of hard when there's no wax on it. But there we go. Now this one takes a special mushroom spring in the middle. So I left some space, as you can see on here, or the design center left some space for me as they learn how to do it. They left some space because I'm going to put a mushroom spring here, and this is what this doctor wants on all of their lower retainers. But that's it. That went really well. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, it's an upper and lower. So to get to the next place, I just turn this off. And we're going to go to patient list here. And this pan number is 505. Initials are BR. Okay, so last time you saw me click this, I'm just going to double click in here. And double clicking that just saves you from having to click over here. So you can see this is obviously designed in China, which is great because while we're sleeping, they're working. And so you can submit the day before, and then when you wake up in the morning, they're all ready to go. This is how you submit the order. I think I have a video going over that, but it tells you the prescription and the design has been completed. So OG DOS is the software we're going into. You just double click in here, and it should bring up, depending on the speed of your internet, download it off the servers. Now this is being run on a all-in-one computer that is actually pretty good. You probably hear the fans kicking on and off. I have run this software on my little gaming computer that I'm live streaming from, and it's run really, really good. So it runs well both ways. So let's do, how much wire I got left? I got 186. So I could probably do an Adams clasp. So let's look at those. Okay. So this is the design. Let's do this. I'm going to double click. Oh, that's Control Z. And then I'm going to hit P to get to the... So the big dots are like bulk movement. And if you want to move something, it changes the whole thing. So I don't really like that. So I'm going to do Control Z, do P, and I do like to bring these down a little bit. I'm going to hit letter Q, and that pulls it away from the model. I do like to keep this a little long and straight. This, I'm going to press Q to try to get it. When you see that red mesh, that means it is going into the scan. So this actually doesn't look too bad. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to edit it. So it's going to say, oh, we're going to use your wire parameters. So as you calibrate this, the wire diameter, what am I trying to say? The wire, it saves your calibration. So they probably use Dentarm wire on their machines. And so that's what they build design on. I use JVC wire. I use the same JVC wire as before. As I've hand bend. So let's bend this. Wires to be bent. Start bending. And again, while it's bending, now these won't fit the model as well because I haven't prepped this area right here. But let's double click this. I'm gonna hit P and I hit T. It'll get rid of this. This right here means that is too short for a bend. This point to this point is too short from the wire holder and the bending head. I don't know if you heard the compressor just turn on then, but I bought a sonic compressor for this, and it has been amazing. It's from the airbrushing community. It has a little tank on it, so it can keep pressure for a while, and it clicks on every once in a while. So you can see I'll need to prep this. This won't fit all the way. So that one finished. So we'll go edit. Oops. Detect it. Detect it. Yeah. So let's get that wire out and we'll see if we can start bending here. The other wire. Yeah. Yeah. Don't get the model. So again, it's not, you see that blue light from the machine is affecting this camera too. But it's not going to see all the way because I haven't prepped for the Adams class eyelets, but that's what we get. Fits on there really nicely. On this next one, I think I might go try to turn on this camera through a different method, and we'll see if it works. While it's doing that, let's check. Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, starting. No, I need the other one. I got two Wi-Fis in my lab. Anybody else have two Wi-Fis? I got Starlink. Well, it's both running Starlink, but I got some old mesh routers I need to replace. So there's the other side. Again, it's not going to fit all the way because I haven't prepped these models yet. So I was able to use 74. I'm down to 74. So it's like a little piece. So when I do the labial bow, it's going to ask for me to replace. So this is a straight wire bender. And it uses straight pieces of wire. The same exact wire I bend wires with, which is why I wanted it. So this is 5.8 millimeters. So this is a bigger loop, which I like on the uppers. This actually looks pretty decent. Let me go straight on this. Because if I go straight, let's zoom out. Let's pull that out a little bit. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. They feel a little shallow the way they come designed. Too close to the gum line. I like them in the acrylic palette more. So I'm going to keep that straight. And then whenever I fit it and adapt the wire, I'm just going to put a bend here to match the other side. They usually have them going opposite directions because it comes out of the wire bender that direction. You know, they chase each other. And so one won't interfere with the other side when you're bending. But this will also test it. When I click edit right here, it's going to calculate the bend. You can also preview it. Yes, jump to simulation. And it will actually show a simulation of the wire bending. And you can speed it up. Or let's slow it down. Speed it up. So this isn't real time, but then you can also, you can see where it could collide here if it really with a 4-to-4 labial bow, because it turns the corner more. These face more toward each other, but you get the point. So let's edit that again just in case. I'm actually hitting this tooth right here pretty hard. Let me pull that out just a little bit. Let's pull this one out a little bit and this one. I want it to be as passive as possible going on the model. That way, when I'm adapting it, I don't run into interference. So we're going to do start bending. And it's going to, yeah. So 350, I'm going to say yes. And then yes. And then I'm going to go over here. Follow me, camera. All right. I'm going to change out the little piece of wire. Stick in the full piece. So you see how I did that? Hey, where you at, camera? Follow me. You see how I did that? I did, yeah, confirm. So, I got a little piece of wire, but so I knew I had it. I like how it tells you there's remaining, how much is remaining, because then you can kind of calculate in your head. You know, if it's less than 200, you can probably get a couple Adams clasp out of it. But if you got more than 200, you could probably do the labial bow and stuff. We're gonna edit it. We're gonna start bending. All right. While that's working. Unfortunately, this thing's in the middle of the screen, but you still can work. So I'm going to double click that to activate it. Press P to get the small points, precision points. And then I hit T to get rid of that little short area there. And again, let's see, they used the big loops this time. Let's change that. So I'll go over here and I'm going to go to 4.3. So it just changed just a little bit. If you watch this loop, I'm going to change it to 5.8 millimeters. See how big it is? And change it to 5.3. And it'll shorten down. I do want to slide this a little distal. I don't like that bend right there. And that digs that part into the tooth. So hit Q to get that out. I'm going to slide this where it lines better up with the embrasure. Make sure that's not doing anything weird. Okay. So if you grab in different parts on here, you can make it do, you can tuck it in a little bit. Somehow I was flaring that out. So let's tuck that in a little bit. And if you don't like this point, you can actually slide it up, smooth it out. Let's pull this out. Okay. Okay, it's about it. Okay. So they got the wires pointing backwards with a little space in between, just like I like. Again, CDC, it will learn your methods, how you like them. Okay, so that one's done. Let's edit this other one. What I'm going to do is bend them all at once. And let's go P. And, oh, that one's hitting pretty hard. So let's see. That one's hitting that too. Let's stretch this part out, which causes that. Sometimes you have to delete a point because, like, if I slide this one up and down, there's not enough room, so I'm just going to delete that, which means I need to slide this out a little bit. So it just makes it a straight bend, no extra bend there. This one looks good, so let's edit it. And then we're going to start bending list. So instead of start bending, we're going to do start bending list. And I'm going to click this and lower, let's see, all unpart. Upper labial bow, upper right Adams clasp. So I want to do the lower labial bow and the lower lingual rest. I'm going to do start bending. During that time, I'm going to, let's see if I can. You're not seeing nothing. Now, hopefully, all right, let me go turn on my other camera real quick. Flying by the seat of my pants. While that's bending. So let's start the next one. See, I've got all my stuff set up. Hopefully, those don't shoot off in all directions. Ooh, I'm gonna catch it in time. Yeah. All right, so you see how nice that is to be able to walk away and just know it's going to bend all those parts. Oh, I got it working. Look at that. All right, let's get this camera back to me. So during that time, I was able to, get that camera set up. I think I got it. No, I don't have it. All right, let's do the next one and see how that goes. All right, so that was. Oh, let me show you. So here is. I'm trying to hold it at the same time. Where are you going? Stop it, camera. I love this little AI camera, but sometimes it's a little annoying. So there's that. Here is Come back down. Why are you messing with me? So there we go. And then there's that. It looks a little, oh no, I thought it was a little high on this side. And of course that's sagging because it's not waxed down. And then we already did the Adams clasp, but here's the labial bow. It just lands into place. Man, I'm telling you, this saves me like half my bending time. I can do this stack in just a matter of an hour or so. This is missing a lower model. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll bend them. We'll bend them both and then see why we're missing a lower model. May not have got printed. That does happen sometimes. So let's go back to here. And do you want to close it? Yes. And we're going to go back to the patient list. Oh, right here. Right here. All right, so the next one is 559 SH. Okay, so I'm going to just click this check button. It's going to take me straight to the OG DOS. But if you want to know what that means, it's Objective Guided Digital Orthodontic System. So this is like an all-in-one. It was originally designed for orthodontists, and you can do cephalometric examinations, you can do MARPs, you can do aligners, you can do indirect bonding, twin blocks, all that stuff. Which is, I haven't messed with all that. I'm just been using it for wire bending. So, which is right here. So you click that. And then it should look the same. So I'm going to click this Bluetooth. That means show all the wires at once. So there we go. That's just to show just one model. I'm going to click this horseshoe shape. That one's to show the upper. This one's to show the lower. So I'm looking at, yeah, this is 75 millimeters. This isn't going to be enough for the thing. And for any of the, I don't think it's going to do that. Let's see if it does an Adams clasp. Oops. Double click. Why does it keep doing that? That was weird. Okay. Hit P. Get those big dots out of the way. See, I would almost, I don't know. I would almost want those more into the gums, but that actually doesn't look bad. But I do like these to be just a bit longer. We'll leave this a little straight. Let's edit this. Edit. Yes. So it's calculating, make sure it can be bent. Let's bend it. Let's see. Let's see if it bends. Start bending. Yep, it wants more wire. Okay, so let's change the wire here. Oh, I gotta confirm. Yes, the length I'm putting in is 350. Now, here is where you can use the short pieces of wire. So I have a little wire holder here. Let me go full screen. So I have a wire holder here, and I got my full 350 millimeter, 14-inch wires here, and then all the extra ones. So mainly it's short ones like this. So if I want it to bend some Adams clasp, I can actually take one of these. If I measure it, I can enter in the measurement over here in that box that was right before this box, and say it's like 290. That way the machine knows, hey, it's 290. You could use up a lot of these little extra pieces, or you just take them to your wire bending station and use them for extra finger clasp and stuff. All right, so I'm going to take out this one, put it there, and let's put that back there. There we go. And then, so it wants you to confirm the diameter of the wire. I'm using the same wire over and over again, so it's good. It's going to draw back on the wire and hold it, and then cut off a little bit piece so it's flush with the machinery. So let's see if I can get this other camera going. I'm going to go to the lower and do the same thing. This is the one we're missing the model on. So press T to get rid of that. So this is 580. So let's drop this down to 530. And we'll drag this just a little distal. Q to pull that out. This is getting labial acrylic, so I don't want it to touch at all. And press T. I'll get rid of that short span. So I think it just calculates everything. This, I think I need a little bit shorter. We'll go edit. Yeah. There you go. And let's do this one. P. This one actually looks... These have been coming out really nice lately. These lingual rests, man, they save a lot of time. So I'm going to hit edit. Yes, there's changes. Yes, change it to my wire type. And I guess we haven't had any problems with that. Okay, so we're going to go to Start Bending List. We're going to click this. And you can see they've all been edited. But I'm going to, let's see. Let's do the lower labial bow and lower lingual arch rest. And we'll see if I can go hook up this camera so you can see the bending. And we'll start bending. Where are you going? Stay there. All right, while that's going, I'm going to see if I can hook up this camera. There's been a real breakdown about this. It's just been nice that it can bend while I'm doing other things. You can also work while you're doing the model. And that's what happens before fires. So definitely not do that before. But now wires, while arms being please don't fly off. Okay, I heard a lady in the cage area. I was working with my friend who owns one of these in Seattle, and we were helping each other. She came up with a great little thing. Let's see, can I switch to here? So she made a great, and I'm going to copy it, use EVA or the night guard, 1mm night guard, and that will help. That helps the wires tend to, sometimes they shoot out of here. So I'm going to try to increase. There we go. Oh, I had it for a little bit. So that is called the left bend. When it comes out this side of the machine, I'm going to hold this just so it doesn't fly off. Oh, it's got another bend. I like how it did a full circle. Okay, now it's going to cut. Okay. See how much better that shot is? I'm going to ask Dr. Neal if I can turn that off, that blue light, just for my machines, just for the cameras. Okay, so let's go back to editing the other ones. Now, if you remember right, I don't have the lower model of this. I don't know if it's in a wrong pan or not, so we can't check this. But here are the wires. I'll go full screen on this. So here are the wires for the lower. So let's do the upper, because I actually have the upper model. This is a tiny mouth, little bitty thing. All right, so let's go. Bending is complete. I'm gonna close this right now. We're gonna click up here to go to the upper model. And let's do the labial bow first. P. Okay. Okay. Now, to me, this seems a little like forward, like this is leaning mesially. So what I do is I hold down the control key, and then I'll click on one of these red dots and I'll slide it distally, and that will help straighten it up. I don't know why it does it every once in a while. That one's not bad. I'm going to do it just a little bit. Yeah. But you can get this exactly where you want it. It's hitting this, crossing this occlusion. Let's just pull this out a little bit, pull that out a little bit. Okay. That's a difficult little bend right there. But we all know that with our own pliers in our hands. Let's straighten this one. If you want it closer to the pallet, you can do that. Now, those changes I made may have kept it from, might get a collision out of that. Yeah, I sure did. So you can click here to jump to collision, and it'll go to the simulation, and you can see I straightened that wire, and that's where it thinks it's about to collide. So let's put a little tilt in that. Oh, let me go back. I forgot to do exit simulation. So, I'm gonna let's try one more thing before I do that. I keep zooming in. There we go. Let's collect these dots. I'm gonna slide this whole thing mesially. Let's pull that dot down. And let's pull this out. And let's edit it. See if we get a collision. No collision. Okay, so just moving that forward just a bit did that. So I'm actually gonna move. So that thing I did, I clicked on here and I did the scroll wheel. That's why it's zooming in. And you can collect a bunch of dots and tie them together, and you can move a bunch of them at once. So I did a little change. So every time we do a little change, hit the edit button just to make sure. Let's start bending that labial bow and work on the Adam's grasp. Okay, do I have like a... I think I have a... Do I have this? There. So you can see all three. So I'm going to double click this, hit P. Do I want those to go any further down? No. Sometimes the bands help keep the gums away. I do want these just a little bit longer. So I'm just going to... Let's do that. All right. I'm not going to hit edit because it will actually pause. See if I do it. When it actually gets to the editing, it'll pause the bending. And I feel like sometimes that messes up that. So I try not to edit them while it's being bent. I think I've already edited this side. Okay. So I have been doing timing myself, and I did a video before. I'm going to redo it. It had a bad echo in it. Let me double check, make sure I don't have an echo. Okay. So it has an echo in there, and so it was. I'm going to redo it. Plus, I just need to make it more simple. But if y'all are interested, I can show that to y'all. But here is the. I can go. Here is it fitting the model, which does a really nice job. So really all I need to do is adapt here and bend it backwards to match this side. Everything's mirrored on here. Okay. So let's edit this again. Okay, start bending that. Oh, need some wire. Okay. All right, so let's change this out. Pull out that little piece. You can see it's not very long. But you could use it for an Adams class if you bend it by hand, for sure, if it's a small enough one. But, the machine needs enough to grip the wire. Let's confirm completion, continue. And where are you going? Where'd you go? Stop looking at the spider webs on the ceiling camera. Okay, let's get this back into view. Sorry, I need to lengthen this, I guess. Bear with me for a second. Again, I'm doing this all spur of the moment. It's sagging down. Let's fix that. Using a different kind of... Look at this, just changing the colors. All right. Here we go. Let's bend this other one. Now edit it. Edit it. Start bending. You can hear the compressor turn on. I'll show you a picture of it at the end if you are interested in getting if you're getting one of these and you don't want it. It needs compressed air, and if it doesn't have, so you need to run a compressed air line to it. But if you don't have that, this little thing has been great, and it's not very loud either. Oh, dental things. Good morning. What's your printed model separator of choice? I've been getting a lot more scanning offices. Okay, so there's a patent on it, and the only one I can recommend to use is by Tri-Group Technologies. It's called Siliform, I believe. They have a patent on separating a 3D printed model. Don't know how they got the patent. We know nothing we can say about that. What I use personally in my lab, and you can't tell Priscilla this at JBC because she won't sell it to you. I use an acrylic to acrylic separator called Part All, and it's on the JBC website. So jbcandcompany.com. I'll try to remember to bring it up in a little bit. But I use that. I use Part All, and I just paint it on once, let it dry, and then I paint on a second coat. So it needs like at least 2 coats, 3 if you want to be safe. So I use Part All to separate my 3D printed models. I I've been using Freaky Digicep. Oh, it's nice, but it takes 10 minutes to dry for each coat. It's sturdy and peels off with a bit of force, which I like, but 20 minutes to be ready. Yeah, exactly. I'll try. I want to try that. This doesn't take 10 minutes to dry, maybe 5. And so it does take some time to dry. I was dipping it, but that takes forever to dry. So I just use a paintbrush and paint on a thin coat. But it's very fragile, this separating medium. You said yours peels off a bit with some force. And yeah, it peels off a bit with force. So this, if you scratch it at all, stop everything, repaint it. And because it peels off really easy. But, if part all is going in the cart right now. Excellent. I think you'll like it. And it's cheap. It's like $11 a bottle. Whereas the Siliform from Tri-Group Technologies, which I heard is really, really good, but it's like $250 a bottle. But Google Tri-Group Technologies to find that. I am missing. I printed both of these, right? See, you lose wires, and just like you would bending by hand. Is it in here somewhere? Maybe I've lost it forever. Maybe I didn't bend it. Sure thought I did. Okay, let's do this. That's the great thing about this is, where are you going again? Keep up. The great thing about this is if you lose one, you don't have to rebend it. Well, you gotta just click bend. So I'm missing the upper right. Okay, so I'm just going to double click it to activate it and start bending. You know what? That might be. I just realized I had to change the wire out. That I thought I bent it, but I didn't do it. Yeah, it was really nice seeing Priscilla at the conference and her new husband, JBC and Company. She's where I get all my acrylic from, and so she knows about separator, and so she's got a really good plaster separator. It's pink and it's silicone based. Really, really good stuff. I actually miss, separating a retainer off of a plaster model. But you can see this bends a really tight Adams class wires. The arrowhead parts. It is hitting that might change the dynamics of it. You see where it's kind of hitting. Because it knows how far to bend it, but it doesn't know the spring back. It doesn't account for that. It does when it goes to make the bend. Yeah, so it hit a little bit. Oh, can I do this? So it hit a little bit. So this is going to take just a little bit of finagling. This is hard to hold, but this one works out good. Again, these don't fit all the way down because I haven't prepped the models. So, all right, that is that case. Let's go to the next one. So I'm going to close this. Yes. OG DOS. Actually, I'm reopening. Pay attention. I'm reopening the same case. I would bend it and try to match it to this. Now, I've put the wires in the wrong pans. So just while it does that, I was just going to let y'all know my digital workflow. You can see behind me, that's where my wife enters in the case, prints a work ticket. If it needs a printed model, it goes right above my head right here. There's some shelves, and then my son comes in, prints them on the printer back there. Back those Formlab printers, and then the pans go up there, and then when they're finished, they and it's added an extra step to our workflow, which is getting some time to get used to. But once they're done and the models are in the pan, it comes to the table right by the wire bender, and then my son usually comes in the next day and bends all the wires, so which is nice. So this is Let's close this. Yes. Go to patient. Okay, Pete, I hear you. This is 501. 501. No, that's not the right one. Oh, here it is. 501. Missed it. Yeah. You can also search up here and type in 501. Hit enter, and it shows up there. So I'm going to go straight to check. Let's see if I can. Let's do bend all parts, and we'll see how that works. Double click that. So Hawley retainer bending. So we'll get it to where we. Pete, okay. Pete's my rooster. If you are new to the channel, he likes to get involved with the. Actually, I have a picture of him for you. Do I have a picture? That's Pete crowing. Let's start with the lower. Let's do P. I don't see anything wrong. It is touching a little bit there. That's fine. Touching a little bit there. That's fine. Let's edit. Yes. So if I go to here, wires to be bent, and then start bending list, and I click that, it's saying edit it completed because they edited it on their side on the CDC. So let's do the labial bow. Double click, hit P. Yeah, so they did 530 here. So those other ones that were 5.8, they probably did. Again, I'm putting labial acrylic on here, so I don't really want it to touch. They probably did a pretty good job. This is hitting pretty hard here. Can I? Yeah. I don't like how that bulged out like that. I can live with it though. So edit. Yes. Oh, collision. That is unusual. Oh, I bet it's from when I did this. Because when you get it from CDC, you rarely get. Let's get rid of this dot. Okay. You rarely get a collisions. They've taken care of those. So let's try it again. There we go. All right. It's hitting a little hard here. So I'm going to hit like WSD is your directional. So if you're a gamer, you know this. So you strafe right. You can click the dot you want to move, and you can see how it moved to the right. Now again, you make any edit, you need to click the edit button to confirm that it didn't change a bunch of stuff. I don't like how that's flared out. I want to rotate it. Let's see, let me grab this. There we go. So those points are all locked together. That's fine. So once you move one point, it moves that whole loop. Edit. Make sure nothing bad happened. Okay, let's go to the upper and double click on that. Yeah, oh, you can see that it had some collisions here because they had to move this in a weird position. So 5.8 looks good, looks level. They've gotten really good recently, so I don't think I need this point. Let's delete that. So that means we can shorten this and bring it down some. And let's bring this down some. I can unbend that if I need to. It's probably going forward. Let's see if I can do a straight. All right, let's see how bad the collision is. Oh, no collisions. All right. So that one's edited. Let's go to this one. P. Yeah, it looks good. I hit T because of this. Sometimes you just gotta All right, so let's make it straight. All right. Oh, hitting hard a little bit there. Let's pull this out. There we go. This is hitting hard. I'm going to push W for forward. And so you can pull that out. Now, I did change that a lot. Let's see. Let's see how bad I changed it. Double click this. P. Now I hit T to extend that. And again, you can put whatever you like as far as how you want your Adams class to look. It's just going to be a matter of, hey, I know the keyboard shortcuts, T. Okay, I think I can live with that. Contacting that pretty good. So let's see. Did I pull this down, straighten that out, straighten this, bend this, and let's hit T again. Okay, let's edit. Again, I like to keep this a little straight, and then I'll just put a bend to match this going forward. Now, you can get them both straight. You can put your eyelets on it if you want, if that's how you like to do it. I like to do eyelets on mine when I hand bend, but actually keep these like this, going forward and backwards, and that way I can tell when a wire retainer comes in for repair that it's did I bend this by hand or did a machine bend it? So I clicked on start bending list. So let's just bend all of these. It's going to get probably an Adams clasp, 2 Adams clasp, and a labial bow for $246. So let's go and start bending. All right. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen with you. Do a new layout. All right, let's add an item. Nope. Do a camera slot, which is me. Here, camera slot, which is this. And then let's, oh, you know what? I don't need to do this. If I share my screen with you. Hold on, some live streaming stuff going on. Let's do share screen. So that is that little compressor that's underneath. It's got a little tank. I don't know how many liter, 1 liter tank or something like that. It got a little handle, got some suction cups down below, and it does have the little thing for attaching your airbrushes, but I never did attach that because I don't use this for airbrushes. But you do have to get an adapter for this down here, so I'll put that link down there too. Let's see, I think it's here. This is the kit I used for connecting my compressor to the bender. I didn't show this tab. So this is what it has, all these adapters for whatever you want. Where's that other one? Anyway, I put the adapter. It's a kit, airbrush adapter kit, and it worked because then it works with you connect it to this thing here, and you use one of these with it. So where are we at on the bender? Oh, I'm out of wire. So if I look at this, yeah. Reload the wire. Pull out that little piece. Put in just one wire. You can't do two. So this thing right here, you change this out. It's 4 screws, and you can put a bigger one in. You can do 036 wire and 032 and 036 wire. I think my video froze. Too much going on. Oh, my camera is off somewhere. What are you doing, camera? Okay, so let's go. Okay, wire cutting complete. All right, so now it's bent 2 Adams clasp. Well, let's see. I'm going to click this. All unbent parts are selected. So it did the 2 Adams clasp before it had to be replaced. So now these are the 3, and I'll just do start bending. So again, this is actually a... Where are you going, camera? Pay attention to me. Okay, so now I forgot my train of thought, camera. Thanks. So what I was trying to say was, well, I don't know what I was trying to say. Oh, this bending part. This is labial bow, 2 Adams clasp, a lower labial bow, and a lingual rest, and that will actually that's a lot of wires. So it actually will take probably 2, maybe 3 pieces of wire. We'll see. We'll see. You can see right here. If I look right here, you can see each bend. It's actually counting down how much. So it'll shoot out a little bit. It'll bend it and shoot out a little bit more, and it just is sitting there calculating. It knows exactly how much it is between each bend. So let's show this. Well, that's still frozen. There we go. So there's the upper labial bow. Come back here. Okay. Where's my other labial? There it is. My other Adams clasp. So then it's going to go straight to, I guess, lower labial bow. So let's go here and here is, it's got that blue light. It's a little high, I think. And again, these aren't going to fit all the way until I prep the model. But you can see they're like glorified. I don't think I lengthened that one. I should have. You see how short they look. If I look back at this thing, it doesn't look that short, but once it's in the model, it looks pretty short. And also it's going to fit down further a little bit whenever I prep the model. So, and then this one. That really needs to be prepped. Then go straight to, okay, so it does take, okay, I was going to say it was going to be a third piece of wire, but the very first wire was actually used. It had already bent something on it, so it wasn't a full piece. I bet you I could have got a, this is a big mouth though, so change out the wire. See, I just, the way I have this set up in here is Okay, confirm, is I can just do it by hand. I just reach over here near the machine and I don't know why this is like this. There we go. Okay, wire couldn't complete it. So I'm going to click this again. So then it's got the lower rest arch left, start bending. So I guess you do have to babysit it a bit. Let's see if I can. There's the lower. So this is the lower wrist. So we call this the left bend position because it bends to the left of as you're looking at it from the front. So it's the machine's right, our left. Okay. Now, one thing I wish I could do is open up a different window and I can start editing the next ones. You can do that a little bit in here because sometimes these flip to the back. You can network these computers together, so somebody could be editing if you got a big lab, and somebody could be bending, or one could be designing, one could be bending. Here is the lower rest. Hopefully I don't lose it. There we go. Beautiful. Happy with that. All right. If you are still interested, I'll keep going because I got to get all these done. So I'm going to close this. Oh, you can't see that. And my camera. Come on, camera. Just absolutely. Okay, close this. Do you want to close it? Yes, I want to close it. And then go back to the patient list. The next case pin is 510. So, AL, yep, that one. So let's check that. I'm gonna get a drink of water while it's, oh, that opened up quick. You know, I was also, you know, I'm doing the time thing, and I'm trying to also time it. Is it faster to bend while you're designing, while you're editing the wires, or all at once at the end like I just did? And so far it's inconclusive. It really depends on the, it's faster for certain situations. That seems a little tall. Let's go P. Let's just go straight to edit. Edit. Yes. No. Okay. I think because we didn't get much of a lower scan, it's trying to keep it above the scan. Let's see what it looks like with the, yeah, they were able to, okay. I'm going to have to tuck that in a bit, but I think that's a, oh, see, those loops look too big to me. Yeah, it's 5.8. So we're going to change this to 5.3. There, and we're going to hit P. And I did a weird thing there. Let me go back. Okay. So I'm going to now do it again. 5.8. 5.3. Oh yeah, that did better. I think because I was in this mode with the big dots instead of the precision mode, it did a weird thing. All right, so that is too short. Now, what I was told, Dr. Neal said I could actually put this on top of this and it just becomes one bend by the machine. What in the world? Control Z? That was weird. Oh, I must have grabbed the wrong dot. That dot. Let's slide that back up here. There we go. Let's get this dot moved over a bit. Did not like that. So if I do T, no. There we go. It's, again, this is labial acrylic. This is lower. Yeah. Make sure it's not touching. I do, whenever I have to change it to 5.3, I do have to slide this a little more distally because I like that to be directly between. And then this will change. This will change. Did I change the flare out on the? Not too bad. That looks good. That looks good. All right, so let's. Oh, now I think I need a dot between here. See how that? So if I go here, right click, and then increase bend point, it gives me another dot. There we go. So let's edit. Oh, we got a collision. Okay. So let's, I bet it's, I wonder if it was that dot I did. I'm going to swing this just a little distal. It might be why they took that dot out, because it's causing some problems. So let's edit again. Okay, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it's doing one of those things where it goes out, rotates, and goes back. So it goes out to do what bend is it trying to do? Oh, it's trying to swing it around. So it's locate first collision. So it's down here that's colliding. Probably should just bent it the way it was. Yeah. Let's see if I change. Let's change exit simulation. Let's change this. I'm gonna make this go more distal. Maybe that will help. It's something to do with the angle going over this embrasure. Let's edit again. Oh, I like that. Now if I pull this out of the gums and edit it again, I almost want to like print that real quick. Let's print this. Let's start bending this. And then let's go to the upper. Let's edit these things while we're waiting on that to bend. Press P. Looks pretty good. Again, I'd prefer to have this a little lower. It's always shorter than you think when it goes on the model. See how changing this changed this over here? So I'm gonna keep that straight. Let's see if I hit T. Yeah, that got rid of that. I'm gonna hit edit. It's gonna pause my bending for a second while it thinks. Let's double click this Adams P for precision. Doesn't look too bad. Again, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. See, I think if I tell them I like those to be a little bit longer, they'll start doing that. This is a small tooth. I feel like this needs to move. Let's wait for this to finish bending. Okay, 181 left let's see if I can get a lower labial bow out of that. Wait, what did I just bend? I did the labial bow. I need to do the breast. Edit. Start bending. Okay, good. Go back to the upper. What was I working on? This one? Okay. Looks good. That looks really thick, that wire does. Let's edit that. Again, I'm bending this in 030. The Adams clasp. But like I said, I'm messing with the idea of changing it to 028 for my Adams clasp, where I can bend both labial bows in 030, switch out the wire to 028 and just bend the Adams clasp. So that's the way I would do that. I can try it maybe on this last one and see how that goes. Otherwise, where'd that go? Bending is complete. So I got the lower there. This one, I did edit that, right? Once you edit it once, you didn't make any changes. This usually doesn't take long. This side, I was thinking, is a little short. No. P. Now, if I wanted to dig this more into the gum line, I would actually hit control and click this, the bottom part of this arrowhead, and it will tie the three things together. This dot, this dot, this dot. And so it'll sink down as one unit. So let's straighten this. I like these to be pointing at each other. Y'all know me. I'm a little anal with that. Let's edit that. I'm going to double check all these. Edit. Edit. Let's do start bending list. Oh, I'm getting some lower labial bow. So those have been upper left side. That's not right. I did lower bow, lower lingual arch, upper Adams. So those three I need to bend. So start bending. Actually, you know what? I got 113 millimeters. Oh, let's do this so you can see better. I got 113 millimeters. I think I can get an Adams clasp out of that. Let's do this one. Double click that. Edit again, just being safe. Okay, start bending. Let's see if it makes me change the wire. Oh, my compressor turned on. I was like, what is that noise? It started bending, so that's good. Doing the Adams clasp. I'm starting to like the design center's choices they make better than doing it myself. It does seem to definitely shave off a few minutes for each model, designing wise. Ooh, I wonder if it bent that. Okay, so let's bend these other two. Start bending list. Well, let's just do this. Edit. Start bending. And it's going to tell me, yep, it needs some wire. Well, that was cool. Okay. Confirm. I'm going to dig out these labial bows and stuff that are in here. There's a lower labial bow. There's one Adams clasp. There's my rest, continuous rest way over there in the corner. And let's bend. Let's edit it again just to make sure. Start bending. Okay, so here is the lower model. See this one? It's this one. I'm looking through the camera, so it's blurry. Or it could be my eyesight. So there it is. I gotta hold those down. Kind of hard with the blue light behind it. There's that. And here is the fit of the lower labial bow. Just lands right where you want it. And then the Adams clasp. This again, I haven't prepped these. There we go. So it'll sink down. That's why it's sitting up high. It'll sink down. Bending is complete. Let's go with the labial bow. Edit it. Start bending. This one, just a tad bit off. So what I usually do is I'll take it and I'll stretch it like that. Sometimes I just get, I've learned it's one of these right here, this bend from here to here is really short. So the machine has a hard time making this a really tight bend right here. So if it's a really tight bend, like this one showing, it is, it'll rotate a little bit, but usually just flaring it out like that, it fits nicely after. Yeah. Bending the labial bow. Let me bring up some pictures from the conference for the next time for this thing. I got 2 more to bend after this. Y'all are hanging in there with me. Kind of come and go as you please, I guess. Let's remove this. We're going to share. Share screen. Let's do window. Let's do this. Shit. All right, let's go. Maximize right now. All right, so that is row. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna drop those. So here is the upper model. Here is the wire that just got bent. Maybe those loops are a little too big for this little mouth, but that should work. Okay, so let's go with this and get back to looking at me, and let's do this. Nope. Mm-mm. All right, so this is so I'm gonna go full screen on this, but I think I can. So this is the. Can I go full screen? No. This is the, well, I was going to tell you, let's do this. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm going to get all those edited, send them through the printer, and while they're printing, I'll show you pictures from the conference, the largest orthodontic lab conference in the world. And it was a big one this year. So that was 710, so this is 551. So if I type 551, RT, yep. So click Check. Double click this. Downloading. I will be downloading some water. Hawley retainer bending. And if you trust them 100%, just you can go straight to bending if you want. Let's start with, I guess, the lower, since we're there. Go to P. That one looks good. Edit. Edit. Yes. So then we'll go to another place to find the wires to be bent. So if you click here, it'll list all the wires that are on here. So here's lower labial bow. Bring it to that. Yeah, they did do the smaller loops. It's touching a bit there. Let's pull it out a bit. Again, getting labial acrylic on here. It's hitting there a bit, but I'm going to leave that. Let's edit it. Edit. Yes. Oh, hit the mic. That's good. All right, so let's go to the upper. I'm going to click the Bluetooth. And, well, for a second, I was like, whoa, something's going on. Let's double click this wire to activate it. There we go. Hit P. Hit T to get rid of that. That looks good. This must have had some collisions because I think that's hitting a little too hard. Let's pull this out just a bit. Let's do A. Yeah, let's do A. Sometimes just like wire bending, sometimes the embrasure between the canine and the bicuspid is a little tough. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't really like this. Let's straighten this. Let's edit. Let's see what damage there is. None. Okay. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to straighten it whenever I bend. I'll just undo this bend and do this one. Got a spam call. Okay, I edited that one. Let's edit the Adams clasp. That's P. And again, I like to drop this down a little bit. Straighten this out. Make it longer. There we go. Let's look at where it's engaging the tooth. I feel like this should go down a little bit. Do Control Z. Let's take that back out. I didn't like what it did over here. But if you take this and just drag with your mouse down, it'll just lengthen the eyelet. Let's edit that. Yep, we're good. All right, let's edit this. Yeah, I think that looks good. This is hitting a little hard. Let's pull that out away from the model. Hit T. Okay. This is hitting lightly. I'll leave that. Oh, yeah, I'm going to lengthen this. See, that's just too short for me. I feel like that's just pull right out of the acrylic easier. So we're going to make this T. All right, edit. Okay, got them all edited. Let's go. I'm saying edit it wrong. Start bending. Okay, let's see if I can share this screen. Give me a second. There's that. Okay, so here is the exhibit hall. This is the ortho alley. This is during downtime, so it's not very busy. I'll show you some more pictures. And so you can see AI for dental. They've been on my channel before. It'll be on there again. They got really cool AI software. And right across from them is Raylu, and they were AI software also. And then Leone and Dentarum, and the new KKE. And way over here is AOS. And then over here is, you can see right there is my wire bender. Right there above that guy's shoulder. I have another picture of it. And then there's the Pinsa machine. And so there is Xeno Robotics. This is a little robot that will take case pans to you. If you're in a huge lab, it can actually take it to a pan to your technician, or go get supplies and stuff. It was neat seeing that thing running around. And this is Jason, the ortho outlaw. He was passing out some pretty cool swag here. I'll give him a little shout out. You can QR code this, his socials and his merch. He said he was going to give me a T-shirt, but I was running around so much he probably couldn't find me. And then there's Bertram Dental Lab, 3D printing metal company. Oh, you can't see that. Why am I saying that? So there's Jason, and then Bertram Lab, 3D metal printing company, and then Movix. She's the speaker on there. And then this is Ortho Trim. I think it's a liner trimmer. There's so much stuff there. Here's the rest of the hall as it's starting to fill up. This is the Crown and Bridge, or the general dental side. So you can see it's pretty busy in there. This is Laser Welder. So this was doing, there's Jason Gill. This is the president of ORG right now. Oh, I gotta change out the wire. So they had laser welders there. They had 4 of them. 2 of the ORG members actually brought their own that were local. One was in South Texas, one was in Fort Worth, and they brought 2 of them. And then we shipped 2 from Sunstone, and actually sold one there and only had to ship 1 back. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let's do upper labial bow. Okay. So once this does the wire cutting, and start bending. Okay, so this is the wire bending class. Not wire bending. Everybody got to try their hand at laser welding. So there was one setup. You see the crates over there on the corner. And this is Kathy. She's vice president. Secretary treasurer of ORG. There's Charles doing the laser welding. And that's her laser welder. This is Tiffany. This is her laser welder. And so everybody's getting their chance. I didn't get a chance to. Oh, this is my daughter singing Bohemian Rhapsody during this Friday night. We had a speakeasy. And there's my wife dressed up in her speakeasy get up. But we had a little bit of karaoke at the end, which was fun. This is, if y'all don't know, this is Tina Hansen, owner of Bonnie Brand Ortho Lab in Colorado. This girl could sing some Janis Joplin, and she had the same stage presence. But you can see everybody in their speakeasy Roaring Twenties outfit. That was fun. This is Elvis singing Elvis from Voices of the Bench, and he's helped kick off. And this is Lauren. She's from NADL. National Dental Laboratory Association. She's actually a professional singer, so she knew how to kick that off. And then some fun my daughter and I were having. There's my get up, and there's my daughter got to go to the thing. She is not drinking an alcoholic drink there. All right, she's not drinking. It's a Shirley Temple, so it may look like it, but it's not. This is one of the ortho classes is actually Dr. Neil right here. He's teaching 3D printed models, 3D printed acrylic, the acrylic that you put the wire in. So he's working on researching, and he's showing his research stuff there, where he's talking about how the wire can come out of the 3D printed acrylic, how to apply it, how to put it in. He's doing all the testing. So that's one of the smaller rooms for the ortho class, and it was pretty full. That is the luncheon. Okay, so here is the big ortho class we had. There's Thomas Wright of ODL talking about how to price your appliances. Again, if you're ORG member, all these videos should be available for you later on. Here is Dr. Neil's booth. That is my actual bender, the one that is working right now below. I boxed it up and sent it. I only live an hour away, so I was like, Dr. Neil, don't worry about shipping one there from China or Houston or wherever it's at, and I'll bring mine. And so he was able to do some demos there, and also his Marpy software. And then, of course, there's the ORG registration booth. I thought that was the artwork they did this year for the conference. I thought they did a really great job. Oh, all right, it's doing the last one. Let's start collecting some of these. Make sure they don't. There's a Adam's clasp. Looks like a upper labial bow, lower labial bow, other Adam's clasp. So while I'm sitting there talking to y'all, it's sitting there printing up everything. Here's the upper model. There is the. I haven't tested any of these yet. You can see how short that looks. So I'll have to lengthen that some. But Adam's clasp. So you can think of the Adam's clasp as preformed Adam's clasp, which I use all the time anyway, but like preformed plus, because it's preformed to this appliance, to this mouth. All right, so let's get the lower. That was what just got printed was the. Okay, there is the lower labial bow. And where did that go? Oh, right here. This red thing isn't included. It's like a. Oh, you can't even see it in there, so don't worry about it. It's a magnet. It helps to clean up the stuff. But here is the lingual rest. Pretty good, if I gotta say so myself. But that's it. I think I'm going to end it there. Thanks for hanging out with me for almost 2 hours. I'm starting to lose my voice, so we're going to. I got one more to do, but I'll do it here pretty quick. But that kind of gives you an idea. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we bent 11 models in an hour, 44 minutes. And again, it goes a little slower while I'm live streaming because I got to click on things, make sure cameras are working and stuff like that. But so it would go a little bit quicker. Y'all can do the math to see how many minutes that was per. But stay tuned. I will have a video coming out as I do all the timing myself doing each of the stages. So I even have a timing of me adapting these wires. And it's guys, it's as low as 1 minute on one of these models. I mean, a lower lingual arch and a labial bow, I just dropped them on, waxed them in, they were ready for acrylic. It was awesome. Now, some will go up to 7 or 9 minutes, but I'm averaging about half the time. If I don't do this part, if I let my son do this part, bending this, adapting this, maybe only takes an hour. You know, it doesn't take too long to do it. You got to, of course, prep all the models first. But if you want to pay attention to that, you can keep an eye out for that video coming out soon, hopefully. Probably won't live stream that one because I'll have to edit in some graphics and stuff. But I do have, let's see. If you're interested in this wire bender, fill out this form here, and they'll get in contact with you how to purchase it. The wire bender is $22,000. The software is $150 a month. And as you can see, as I showed earlier, it does a lot more stuff. I haven't messed with it. It'll even make your models. So that's one of the earlier videos I did with this bender was making the models, and it's got little clips that you can just clip the wires in when you're done. It's really neat. But if you're interested in this wire bender, click out, scan this. If you want to learn to bend wires by hand, which aids in running this machine, obviously, because you got to adapt them afterwards, I do have an online course called Retainer Designer Academy Wire Bending 101. It teaches you how to hold the pliers, what wires are, how to bend. It's got some exercises for you to do, and live group coaching. I have a live group coaching coming up the 25th. Me and Tara, she's one of my first students to sign up, so we're going to see what her progress is. She's been making some really good progress and got some pliers from Amazon, so I'm interested to see how those pliers turned out for her. But you can scan this QR code, and I'll put the links below for both those QR codes, the Bender S interest form and this. If you would like to purchase the Bender S from a local company, 3dnadental.com. I'll share the screen with you real quick. Let's remove, and stop, and share screen. Okay, so this is the 3DNA Dental. They are actually selling, I think we might be doing a YouTube video. They actually sell the wire bender S, this exact unit I have. Actually for cheaper. You said $22,000, they're putting it for $21,000, and financing is available. So if you're interested in one of these for your own lab, I'll tell you what, I've been having a fun time with it. I've enjoyed it. But fill out this interest form. You can check out 3DNA Dental. But with that being said, I'm going to end it and rest my voice a little bit. And hey, I'll see y'all in the next one. Hey, pay attention. Maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow as I adapt all these wires to the models. We'll see how long that takes. But so subscribe, click the little bell, and you'll get a notification when I go live. I don't really plan these out. I usually just do them off the cuff, as you could tell in how well this was done. But thanks for hanging out, and I will see y'all next week, maybe possibly tomorrow. Pay attention.